Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is the rise of Cornoe. Something is burning. Over here, I can't really see the flames, but we have vehicles on the way and this area is pretty well served. Yeah, there we can see them coming out. Oh, there's the flames as well, so they should be fixing that very quickly. Okay, all good. Now, let's quickly clear out all of these messages. Okay, so, yes, this is the rise of Cornoe. And we are industrializing this great Soviet nation of ours, slowly expanding. I mean, we've got about a quarter of the map built in. The rest still needs to come in. And there's a few more things we want to do. We want to do tourists. We want to do a port, starting the planning of the port over here. We definitely want to do an airport, probably more linked to the tourists than anything else. And yes, tons more. There's still a lot, nuclear power, all these kind of things. And we definitely want to make sure that we maintain ourselves as an industrial powerhouse and start producing NATO products and gear and share it with our friends in Novograd next door. Okay, but first things first, a few things that we need to do. So we are in the midst of our of managing our waste a lot better. And I must say, we are dealing with this pretty effectively. These guys over here, not even close to being full, and I'm building a whole slew of other ones over there that we can ultimately use. Now, what's happening over here? Okay, what is this? This is fertilizer. So we have fertilizer ready to go. So what's happening over here? We cannot store mixed waste. Okay, interesting. So we've got a few things that we kind of want to deal with over here. The first one is, and I'm going to pause it just for a second so we quickly have a look. The first one is plastic waste. So we're full up on plastic waste, and clearly we're not getting this guy moving any of its waste over here for management, which is a bit weird because I would have thought we had technical services in this area, including technical services with big garbage dumps, right? Okay, and it is transfer. What is this one? Industrial. Hang on. Basistavi industrial transfer. Blah 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 blah. Industrial transfer for big garbage. Okay, hang on. So let's just see. Yeah. So this is the one, right? So it should be fine. So this one will be called Basistavi waste mixed waste drop. Basistavi mixed waste drop. Right, that will give us some indication. So if we go back there and we have a look, Basistavi mixed waste drop is the place to go. Now, this guy is saying it can't get any mixed waste out, right? So the idea would be that this guy needs to come and collect it over here. But potentially what we can also do, wow, these helicopters, let's unpause it for a second. Potentially what we could also do to ease this burden just a tad is we could do a little something, we could do a little something like this. Will it pick up both of these? It will. So what we can do is we can do something like this to try and resolve all of this. So let's get a few things built here. We'll get the helicopters to come in, and maybe that resolves some of it. The other one we need to do is definitely get plastic recovery back up and running. Let me just turn this down a little bit. So I'm on my side. It's a bit loud. Okay, now. Okay, come on. Zoom in. So what we need to do for plastic recovery. Now I'm going to pause it for a second. So we've got, we need, how much do we have? 7.5 tons. I think we're okay, right? I think we're okay without any extra storage, right? That should be fine. But if we do it here, we could find ourselves with some, let's bring it up a little bit this way. We could find ourselves with some extra storage ready to go anyway. So I guess let's do that. We'll get cracking on that. So let's unpause. We'll assign some construction crews over here to come and deal with all of this. And we'll get the helicopters in here to start their work over there. And we will tie up this point over here. And we'll make sure that that gets constructed as well. So that's going. Now, the other thing that I was kind of thinking we need to do is get rid of this thing. Now, we will run out of people working if that is the case. Let's just have a look. Yeah, we can kind of sort of deal with this guy. So we can do that, and we can do this, right? So we can make a start on these items. Let's get some construction crews over here to some work that. But these will not be working, or this one at least will not be working. So we will need to. I want to get rid of that. Just put a standard one here. That will be my plan in general. Hopefully we can get all of this built. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is we want to expand here a little bit so we get more workers moving. We are ready to go up here. Okay, so we've got a few bits and pieces in place here. Where are you heading? You're heading back to the rail construction office. Let's that's not the one. Let's just get you out of the way. See about you moving. You guys doing your thing. I just want to get the rest of this rail stuff built. But in the reality, oh yeah, we need this built at the very least to activate this. But we don't have power, water, any of those things. So we'll need to get that expansion moving as well. So lots of little bits and pieces underway at the moment. Try and resolve stuff. We also want to keep an eye on what is happening with our vehicle replacement pieces. So if we go vehicles, or what are we doing? We're filtering by age, right? Yes. So this guy should be replacing. Oh, as soon as they come out, they should be replacing. We're not building any of those. They should be okay. We should be. So what's our money? Our money is brilliant. So what's our queue looking like? Our queue is pretty extreme already. But let's buy another blueprint. So we're after an asphalt something. Asphalt paver. So if we go paver, is that really all we can? If we go paver over here, I just want to see paver. We can get that guy, but I mean, from our money, it's not really appropriate for us to get that just yet. Is a paver really? Hang on. Is a paver really the best thing for us? Let's have a quick look. Let's have a look. Paver over here, right? So this guy is 31. Is like a 15 kilometers an hour speed level 31. If we go this one, we say paver over here. This one is 15 kilometers an hour, speed level 45. So it'll be way quicker. I think I might dip into it, and this would be the very first thing that we purchase that is, in fact, and given that we've got a number of them that's pretty old, might be our very first new technology that we can ultimately also export to our neighbors. So let's grab that one and put a few of them in the queue. Okay, so let's add some blueprints to the queue. We'll grab a few of these guys, right? So let's get like 6 of them as well. Ultimately, we can start exporting those because I think they'll have a reasonable value. This guy should be replacing straight away. Yes, absolutely, straight away. It's gone and replaced. Now, for this guy, we want to make sure we're replacing with those pavers. We're definitely not purchasing them with dollars. So that's the key. I think this has been set up as well. So so let's buy one of these as well, a bulldozer. I do wonder if we want to buy a bulldozer. This guy is pretty pricey. It's pretty pricey. It does 22 kilometers an hour, level 36. This guy does 20 kilometers an hour and is a level 58. This is a baby one. 20 kilometers an hour, level 9, excavator and bulldozer. Interesting. It's a small dozer. But if we go to this side and we say bulldozers over here, please. we've got the Stalinic at level 28 and the KT-50 at a level 22. So the Stalinic is still the better option. At 500,000 rubles is pretty inexpensive compared to bulldozers over here, which we can barely afford. And that one's pretty good. This one's the better of the two. But man, that's pricey. In terms of dollars, it's going to eat up all of our dollars. So dollars we can only, the rules of the game is dollars we can only get using tourism. So I'm not going to do that because it's just going to run us out of dollars. I think the paver made a lot of sense, but for this guy, we're going to go back, grab the Stalinic. We'll do that, and what we'll do is we'll build a few of them. So we can start replacing them a little bit one by one. Okay, so that's it. What we will need to do is need more workers to come in here. And how are we going to do that? We're going to expand our construction industry over here, or our buildings in this area. I was thinking maybe a couple right here. Alternatively, we should be reasonably placed to just put an extra building or two over there. Most of our stuff is on this side, so I'm going to be very cautious in expanding to the other side. So if we quickly say, let's grab a couple of big buildings, something that kind of makes sense in this area. I think we can try and expand this a little bit. So if we were to say, let's try into that piece of road there, we are in contact with the school, with the shopping center, not so much with the hospital. Presumably, we can get pretty close to the hospital, but I guess ultimately what we'll need to do is tunnel underneath this thing yet again. If we want, alternatively, we can just build a clinic on this side as well. Okay, I think maybe let's expand a little bit. What's the size of this guy? 180 workers. There's some larger options as well. I don't want to do the very big ones. What is this guy? 130, 157, 270, 198. What is this guy doing? Is that the same that we've got over here? Yeah, so let's get a couple of these guys. We've got quite a bit of a long stretch here. So what I'd like to do is do maybe one like so, and one like so gives us a pretty nice little thing to deal with over here, right? So we'll do something like that. We'll get a little path to go through, run through over here, tie in on that side, all these kind of good things. So let us grab a path. Let's see. We do it like so. Kind of wondering whether we do an extra slither, but yeah, that's the straight line there. Then let's run it straight through. Let's zoom out a little bit so we make sure that that's kind of straight. Yeah, we'll do that, and we will also tie this one in here, but from this side, please, so we have the lights all on the same side. So anyway, that's a starting point there. We'll get our lesser construction officers to come and work this, please. And we can get the helicopters to come and start work on these guys. I will stop the allowance of moving in just for the time being until we make sure that all of that is connected and working. So that's our first step. I think we can get a couple of smaller buildings right over here. We need to bear in mind that we need things like waste management. So what I will do is let's start proactively getting ourselves a bit of waste management right moving. Something like this is probably good. It will kind of give us access to a lot of stuff. So let's make a start on that. Get the guys to come and construct that one. Also, let's grab another few buildings, probably in the same style, but slightly smaller. And we would like to do it in the opposite direction. So if we were doing this, yeah, I like that. We kind of have this corner nice and open. Right, and then we'll we'll get it a little bit closer, lined up like something like this. And we'll even do another one, something like, we can bring it a little closer, like so. And then see if we can get it fit something smaller in the corner here. Let's try. Do we have a small variant of these guys? Not at all. That one, still not small, but if maybe in the medium, yeah, we have a medium variant, which I think is what we're after, right in that spot over there. So now we'll do a couple of paths in here, and we've got a bit of room for maybe a kindergarten or two, and a few other bits and pieces. So at least we're starting our construction journey over here. Let's get our paths in place, and then we'll start the construction journey a little bit further. I'm pretty keen on getting a path, say, running straight up there. And then a bit of a turn. Yeah, that's the turn I want. There. Now, we've got the turn, and obviously we can cross the road. Yeah. Right, like so, and we'll cross it to go in like that, so you can actually get to where you go. Perfect. And similarly, we'll do something very similar to just run down here and tie in that side once it's all done. So that's good. We'll get ourselves, you know what? Let's get ourselves a nice statue of sorts over here. Now, we want something that is going to give us a lot of governmental influence. The ones that are pretty good is this star guy. So maybe we'll do the star as a starting point. We'll do 1 star on this side. I like it. And on the opposite side, we will do, is it the Lenin? That's 450. So we want something that's quite a big radius. So what are our radii? That's a pretty good one, the battle monument. But I want it to be fairly similar in size. But I don't like that. That's not good. So something fairly similar in size. But we want something with a reasonable radius. That's too huge. Some of these guys are statue. The Eiffel Tower. But this isn't too bad. The internal flame, but I'd rather have a Lenin statue, to be honest. That's just such a small radius. Yeah, it's such a small radius on the Lenin statues there. What about Felix? No, Felix doesn't give us much. Anything else? I don't know. If I go to the mods, I'll quickly go to the mods, have a bit of a look. Monument. What is this guy? It's a Lenin monument. Let's add it. There's a thing there, and there's a space program monument. Anything else? That's really it. All of them are now in there. So go back to our monuments and see this new Lenin one. Oh, that's not a bad one either. You can have a look at that. The radius is just too poor. Is this the Lenin one? Still a very poor radius. Let's have a quick look at it while we're at it. It fits the bill, to be honest. It does fit the bill. Already got the big guy there. So let's just double check. Let's see if we can compare this guy. 2.5% at 100 meters. This is 4.5% at 90 meters. So really, in reality, this is the better 102 for us. Okay, so we'll pop it in there, and hopefully we'll at least have a few things on the 90-meter radius category. And what I thought we would do is we'll add some more paths, right? We'll do this, make a start, run it like that, bit of a straight line. We'll tie it in there. We'll do that. We'll run it like that, bit of a straight line. We'll do that, and we'll tie it in on this side. And we'll make a start on that, right? Okay, so let's get all the crews doing their thing here. We want to make sure we tie in on these as well. So let's do this one and we'll do that. Right, and just make sure we're tying everything in with that we can and get the construction moving on everything. But we'll have nice little paths and some trees on them. So it's a nice little urban environment. We'll see if we need anything else at this spot. But yeah, it's coming along, coming together quite nicely. Let's have a look at what this area looks like. Okay, we're done here. Okay, now let's sort this out. We've got workers. This is done. Okay, what I'm going to do, guys, I am going to be a little cheaty in that I'm going to... it doesn't have to be. No. Let's just demolish this thing, right? Get rid of that for me, please. Get rid of that for me, please. And I do wonder about this piece, right? So if I go here and I go there, can I do? I can. So let's get rid of all of that. I'm not sure that's going to work. If it doesn't, we will sort it out ourselves. And ultimately, we would want to just get a little bit of a path moving from the one to the other. What we'll do at the same time is we'll need to leave those in place for a bit of the work to be done. We are on fire with these things, right? What's happening with this? Oh, look at this. Almost all done. Oh, guys, I am super impressed by our productivity here. Need to keep an eye on this so this doesn't go over the top. But, okay, so now that we've got this up and running, we are missing plastic, right? So we need to set up some plastic distribution. It used to be in here where we could pick up plastic. So the industrial scrapping facility. Okay. So what we want to do, and the Basistavi open storage and Sith steel storage, and what is this? This is the industrial. So let's just see the general separation, waste separation. Basistavi waste separation. Let's just rename it, right? Basistavi waste separation. There we go. Basistavi waste separation, right? So we'll go back in there. I don't think we're picking up from it at all. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll say, please pick up over here as well. We want to be loading plastics, okay? And then please unload over here all your plastics. So now anybody who has plastics ready to go, whether that be the scrapping facility itself, which does not have plastics, right? It doesn't even have a plastic output. So why would it be saying that, right? It's not pushing it through to anything. So anyway, it doesn't matter. We're picking up plastics over here. And then we'll move it over there. And we should be collecting mixed waste and one of biological waste. We'll do one of biological waste. I'm not sure it's going to do biological waste, but we've at least got it moving. So this guy should be moving, right? Yeah, you have a spot for your mixed waste now. I might quickly do something, right? So these guys... Oh, so anyway. Well, now we can add to the rest of this, right? So let's just add more. So let's do that one. Unload. We'll do that one, that one, that one. Unload. Unload. And unload. And did we do anything funny with what we're saying? No, we're not. So we'll make a start. So we'll add some more. Actually, well, let's just do that. We'll start with. Let's clear this one out, and let's clear. Oh, sorry. Let's clear that one out as well. So ultimately, we'll have 6 plus 4 is 10, and then we'll do this one to these guys. Okay, so we'll do that, right? And what we'll also do is let's just change these things so it does a little something like this. Yeah, that's fine. Now, the other thing I would maybe want to do is move some of our mixed waste somewhere. I don't think so. It's going to get confused if we do that. These guys are somewhat not doing their job, right? Buildings without no garbage truck for smaller containers. Do we buy one? I don't think we've got the room for one. But I was wondering if we buy one. These guys do have access to fuel fairly close by, so we'll leave it at that. Okay. Now, next thing, while all of this is under construction, we need power and water over here. Power is the easy one, so we'll leave power for last. Let's get water and sewage. We look underground, right? Our water should, in reality, be coming from here, right? So we could branch water off from there and run it over that way. That should be pretty easy. So let's do that second to last. Now, sewage, on the other hand, needs to be flowing into something. So let's switch these on. So this will ultimately be a bit of a challenge. Okay, so let's go above ground. Actually, below ground for a minute. So what is our levels here? Let's have a quick look at levels. If we grab this guy. Level, if we want to tie in over here, right? Level is 11.6, 11.1. Okay, and over here we're at 13. So presumably that would work, but we can't obviously go straight through here. It has to go down, go up, all these kind of good things. So we may as well bring it up over here and tie it in much closer to the action. The level is 11.6 over here. We may be able to just run it, use this this kind of area over here next to the interchange where it's not too busy, and we'll just try and run it out through there. That's something we could do. So I guess, and then what's our level like over here? This is 0. You have no idea how deep this goes for the time being. Okay, well let's stop messing around. Let's go above ground. Let's hopefully not do too. Okay, let's wait for the sun to come up, and then we'll sort that out. Is this moving? Is this deconstructed? Oh, this is deconstructed. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's close out these other guys so we're not actively. Okay, let's leave. We can do that section. We'll do this, right? And then the idea will be that we just tie the one side to the other side. So let's click here and just say, come on, guys, get the lesser crew. Come in and quickly clean that out for us. Similarly, lesser crew, please come in, clean that one out for us. And then the idea is that we'll just tie in a new little pathway in there so that we can get guys to come and work. At the moment, we should have no workers here due to these issues. Now, okay, so we'll leave it there. Okay, let's we can add these to the mix here as well. Let's do that while we see that. Let's pause it. Add those. Why? Oh, I guess it's we change the color when we do this. There we go. And we'll move them. We'll move that other one down again. Down there. And so now we've got so many different places to dump it, but at the moment we've got very little to dump. But this is filling up, so we do need to sort out this ASAP. Okay, sun is coming up, so the next step for us is to switch this back on and have a look at what we're gonna do with our level. So that level is pretty good. These these levels are lower. 12. So if we do 12 here, 12 here. Well, we don't need it over here. We only really need it in this area. So if we do 12 there, we could go somewhere over here and then come across. So I think we'll stop doing this. This is not why we need. I'm kind of wondering whether I. Oh, it's going back this way. Interesting. Okay, well, anyway, just finish it off. Just finish it off. Okay, so what we need to do is let's get ourselves a couple of these guys, right? Well, to be honest, we need a little bit of a route here instead. So let's get ourselves something like this. Now, we can't go too extreme here, I would say. So if we do one here, then what we're going to do is we're going to run it out this way. So then we do one here. I want to keep it pretty low. So that is, yeah. Do that. Do this. And then what we'll do is we'll do something a little higher on this side, just in case we wanted to tie in something over there. So we'll do something like that, right? So that's the starting point. Then as we go down this way, where we have absolutely no one to come and work on it, alternatively, we can do it here. We could just run a path through to this one, to this point here, which is a pretty good spot, I think. So let's zoom it in so I can see what I'm doing. So we'll do something like that. And now, on this side, it's lower, right? We can't go down and go up. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to go down and then go up, do something like this. We'll see. Something like that over there. Go underground? Yeah, so we want something over there. Okay, but in order to make that work, we'll need a nice big pump. So I'm just going to not mess around and go straight for... Ooh, we need the pump a little bit. Okay, so the pump needs to come on this side. Let's flip that around. Okay, so if we do... So then that tie in, but then this one needs to, we need to get rid of this thing. I click that and just get rid of that. Okay, fine. So if that is in fact the issue, let's see if we can make that work by tying these things together. Now, underground from here to there is above ground at some stage. So what's the depth there? Seems pretty low to me. So if we were to do this, no, try and connect them up again, and then we were to do that, that will work. So that's the toughest one. Okay, and then from here we'll do that. That should work, no problems. And from here we'll go there. That should work, no problems. And from here go there, that should work, no problems. Okay, beautiful. And then from here, that'll work. Tie it in from the side there. Come on. These things are a bit finicky. Did I? Yeah, that's all good. Okay, let's tie all of that in. So that kind of brings us the stuff across from the other side. Okay, now let's just make sure we've got some pathways leading to all of them. We'll do that so we can tie it in for construction. This is the more challenging one. So if I were to tie it in... Oh, beautiful. That works. This is stuck here again. Similarly, we'll tie that in and we'll tie this in. And then I think those are all connected. Now, can I... Oh, this is not stuck. It was just looking... It was paused. That's what pause would do to you. Now, can we... get some of this construction going? Oh, that one can't be constructed just yet. But I'm sure we can give it a path and get it constructed. It's out here in the sticks where we still need to worry about, is maintenance going to be an issue? So can we do those? Okay, now, can we bring in the helicopters at the same time to come and do this style of work over here? That would be quite useful. So that's the first step for us. Now, what we also need to do in terms of that sewage connectivity is we need to get ourselves the sewage tanks in place. So we'll need probably, I guess, 2 of them. If we do it here, we can pick up everything. But I'd rather we do 2. We do 1 there. 1 here. tie that in, go underground and have a quick look. Yeah, so that should be fine. That should be fine. And then that should give us everything we need. We'll tie that one in there. We'll tie... No, we'll tie this one here. And we'll not... Is that not... It's not working. Yeah, let's get moving on all of those. Let's get the construction crews in place. Also get the helicopters to come and help. So we make a move on all of that. So that's pretty useful, right? So now that's the more difficult of the tube. Because we've got pressurized water, it's not a big deal. So I think we should have cleared out this section here. Beautiful. So now the key is for us to, as quickly as possible, link this back in here, right? I guess that's the direct path. To be honest, because we've been with that so long, I'm just going to pay for that so that we can, because this is all stood still at the moment. Is that doing anything? Oh yeah, we've got plastics ready to go. We may want to, just looking at it, we may in fact want to. I need to just send a truck in here to come and clear this stuff out. We don't have a truck parked there. Anyway, we'll have a bit of a look at that. So this should have workers now lickety split, and we should be able to see everything move again. And now we do have plastics. We may want to have some extra coverage over there. Now at the moment, we've got tons of these guys not doing much. So what I'll do is I'll quickly do this trick where I send it off to... Oh, actually, we've got one sparked up over here. So what you will do for me, please, is come over here, load up on mixed waste, and then come over here and dump it all, guys. So let's just do that. Run that route for a couple of goes, and I think then everything should be working around over here. This is all, I'm hoping, dissipating at a reasonable pace so that we make it all happen and work. What's going on with these guys? They are constructing along quite nicely. Let's have a look. All of these paths are done, so now we can go ahead and do the subsequent paths. So this guy is done, right? These are, yeah. So we'll tie that one in there. We'll tie this one in here. Okay, then we'll tie this one in here and that one in there. And I think that should give us pretty reasonable connectivity. We'll tie these two in. We'll tie this in. We'll tie that in. We'll tie this one in down here. We'll tie that one in down there. We'll tie this one in up there. Okay, that should be good. This is not building yet. Okay, we'll tie this one in like so. We'll tie this one in like that. And that. Let's get all of these bits and pieces going. It'll probably have a train doing its thing. Yeah, there we go. Train just kind of sitting there doing absolutely nothing. We'll go and fix that in a minute. Can we do all of these parts? Let's just get the guys involved. Get the paths moving. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's get the standard Nessa crews here to come do their bit. Get them to start moving on these things. Here, there. Wow, so much. Okay, anyway, that should give us the next batch of people, and hopefully we can kind of deal with them reasonably. Now, unemployment too high somewhere. We've got trains waiting somewhere, but seemingly, ooh, this is part of the problem. What's the issue here? Oh, this is the issue. Let's move that one out, please. This is the issue. It's got nothing to do with our construction. But once that guy's through, this guy will pop back in. And then everything will start moving again. But I guess we're out of workers over there, out of workers over here. So they'll need to hopefully run fairly quickly. Now, what is this guy doing? Wow, okay. Well, hopefully we'll fix it soon. because we need a batch of workers to come in here ASAP. Yeah, that was a bit of a bummer. Okay, now let's get the water across. These are almost ready. Okay, but so if we're bringing water straight through over here, I think the plan would be water switch or water pump. We've got a pump. So let's just do a bit of a water switch. Yeah, this is the one for us. If we zoom out a little, go underground, we'll have a look. So we're going to grab water from here. So the plan would be that we have maybe one on this side. Then we go one on, let's just switch this on so we can see. We'll go one on that side. Then we'll go maybe one over here, one over there, and one over here, and that gives us a bit of a continuity. Now let's link these together. So we'll say, give me a pipe to go there, give me a pipe to go there. Do we need? I think we don't need necessarily another one. Let's get a pipe to go in that way, and get a pipe to come across over here. That's fine, and we'll get a pipe to join there. Now, if I go here, it doesn't look like anything is above water. We'll do that. We'll get that moving. We'll make sure to provide little pieces where all of these guys can be accessed. Oops. We had something here, right? Over here. Give me access. Give me access. Give me access. Okay, good. So that's the starting point. Now the next piece here is the substation. So let's give me a bit of a substation. Go underground. We'll see what we're dealing with. We'll do one over here. I think that's fine. And we'll do maybe one on this side. Yeah, that's going to be just fine. Okay, beautiful. So for that, we tie one in. Let's do it from the front there. And then we'll do the same thing over here. For that moving, we'll go back, get ourselves some of this, go above ground. We will tie that one in there, and this, tie that one in there, and then we can switch off the contours so the darkness doesn't blind us. What's happening? Still building. Ugh. This is why I'm not a big fan of what is happening here. These guys are doing their thing all the way out in the sticks, right? Okay, now let's just get those construction pieces aside. We'll make a start on this stuff very soon. So if we get number 3 in here, please work on. Maybe you can work on over here, right? So please do all this. Please do all that. Did we? Yeah, we have a path over there. Let's get all this going. There we go. Now let's get number 4 in here. We'll get all this going. Get the helicopters on board. Interesting. So you can't actually get there. That's okay. And get the helicopters over there as well. So that should be a pretty good water and sewage system. Now, the next piece of the puzzle is the power. So let's quickly have a look at bringing power. That's what this is kind of all set up to be. Now, the issue here is I don't think we can reasonably go over with the overhead wires. So my plan would be to potentially extend this road a little bit, but we don't need to do it right now. So my plan would be give me another one of, say, these guys, right? Place it. Is that that's a good spot right there, right? Train is waiting too long. Come on, guys, don't keep doing this. Because you... Okay. Just get out of the way. Just get out of the way. Can you just go back to Sasselgrad, please? By continuing straight. Exactly. Do that so these guys can get in. We need the workers here. If we don't get the workers here, this is never going to fix itself, right? We still have workers on there. We still have workers on there. Hopefully they can do a little bit of work here still. Just need this to work. Otherwise, we're going to go. That one cleared out. This one should still have workers. It's a little bit later. So bring in more workers, please. It's all going to go into that direction. Okay, good. Now, everything is up and running, doing its thing. So hopefully it can now clear this out. This is the plan, right? We need to very quickly process through this so that we can make everything work. This thing is full up. It's completely full up. This guy is better now. So I can have a look at... This guy is doing the route, right? Yeah, there's no way to kind of dump stuff. Okay. I think it may be okay now, but we need to put more trains on that to be able to clear this out. This is... this is trying its best to clear out the trains, right? Yeah, that's what's happening. So capacity-wise, we're doing what we can to try and max out the waste separation here so that we can move other things. How much plastics do we have here? We've got no plastic waste, right? So no plastic waste here. Yeah. So basically, that's the issue. Right? There's almost no plastic waste. So a little bit of plastic we've got there is it's not by any stretch of the imagination useful in our in the bigger scheme of things. There comes another batch of workers, which I'm very glad to see. We need to make sure that everybody here is filled out properly with workers. Little bits dropping in here. We still have a lot to clear out. I'm hoping we can clear out at least one of these trains soon. As long as we keep having workers here, we should be able to clear out this train. So I think that was just the issue. We just need to check that does in fact happen. Once we clear out one or two of these trains, or at least one of these trains, the next train will be fine, and then we'll start dealing with the backlog, I'm sure. So we're pretty easy going, right? We should be able to. This should be going ahead. Fine, no problem. Okay. Yeah, so we've got a very limited little throat length here. Is this guy coming back? Anyway, all of that's still working. We need to listen to when the trains are waiting too long. Okay, back to... Yeah, here it comes. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make you move so that the next guy can come in so we don't block anything else, right? That's the idea. So we'll clear that one out, even though it wasn't fully emptied. It was very close. It's got like one. No. What? You're not loading. You're unloading. What are you doing? Okay, wait until unloaded. Okay, fine. Please go back there. Please turn around. There you go. Why are you doing this? What are you? You've got mixed waste, right? Just turn around. Go here and wait. Wait until unloaded. There we go. Doesn't want to do it. It just does not want to do it. Fine. Go back, run it again. When you come back, you should be fine, right? You're unloading, right? Let's just double check what it's saying. Associated waste collection loading. Was a stubby dump with claw unloading. Right? Maybe it needs another loop around. Hang on. We can just tell you to do that again. Okay, so it'll come back, do it again. Hopefully this time around it'll sit there. This is still doing its thing. Let's just check it out. It's going to start snowing any minute now. We're practically at the end of this episode. I'll quickly do the power so that we can start getting the power running. Is this going to actually do it now? Now it's doing it. Okay, beautiful. Okay, it was just a little bit overwhelmed with being so in close proximity to what's actually happening. Now, I started it off over here. Right? Is that sufficient? What I think I should also do is just get a bit of a more industrial splitter thing. Right here, maybe. Do a quick look at not underground, but this, yeah, that should be fine. I'm going to tie it in just yet. That. Okay, perfect. That's okay. We'll leave it like that. Is that gonna Cornoe Harbor should be fine. I'm not gonna worry too much. Okay, now we'll go underground. We will grab ourselves the underground power line, the big one, the 12 megawatt, which I hope will be sufficient to deal with all of this. Tie that one in over there. Now the question mark on my side is as we run it here. Let's just see. I mean, we could hug the hillside, right, and run the power down this direction, but we don't really need the big. We don't need the above ground option here because we can't go. Maybe ultimately we'll tie something else in here. I'm going the above ground route. It's so we got the big lines that crosses through here. That may be a mistake. May ultimately be a mistake. So if we were to say do it here, can we? That should be, yeah, we'll have everything in place. So we'll do one there, and then we do one here. Yeah, I think that's fine. So we'll do that. That should be more than sufficient in terms of connection points. We're doing a little bit of an overkill job with these kind of general connection tie-in points. I like the industrially look that we're adding to the mix here. Okay, so we'll get the game back on. We'll get the various construction crews to start. Hang on. What I want to do is let's cancel that plan. And instead, let's go with some gravel roads. This gravel is absolutely fine. Right, we'll get some gravel roads. Oh, that one has been connected. That one's been connected. We'll just leave that as is instead of going too crazy. Okay, so we'll get that going. We'll get this one switched off, and we'll assign a few construction items here. So get construction assigned where we can, whether that be on the roads or on other items, and then we'll get the helicopters in place to come and do the rest, basically. Well, whatever they can. Need the helicopters on everything to make it move as quickly as possible. Now, this should be... Yeah. I think we are now in a pretty good spot. Oh, and they have started dumping some stuff on this side while these are being left alone to be dissipating. So that is very good. And I think, to be honest, how many more slots do we have here? We've got, you know what? I'm just going to add all of them to it. So pause it for a second while we add all of these to it. That one doesn't. What? Oh, I had a little piece of road like that. What am I going to do? I'm going to do that. Pay for that. So we get this one sorted out, and we're going to tie this one in as well. We're going to go down here, and we're going to say you're going to unload. You're going to unload. So it means that that single distribution office should be more than sufficient to cover all of that. So let's put all of that in there. Go over here. We will sort it again, and we'll go with the this bottom, and that's going to be a great little spot, right? And we've got this guy filled up with vehicles, right? It's got 4 vehicles, I think. Come on. 4 vehicles ready to go, and it is doing a great job at getting that over here, and hopefully that's going to dissipate it nicely. Now, this is the construction crews here are doing their thing, getting stuff ready for our next batch of people to move in over here, which will be good. Our population did drop a little bit, so we'll need to keep a little bit of an eye on that. But other than that, looking pretty good all around. Everything seems to be working now. Just want to see what's happening. What's the situation here with our track building. Have we finished? Are we stuck? What are you doing? You're trying to get in. Where? Oh, you've done a little something. Is this all done? Or there's a little section here that still needs to be done. I think there's some stuff here that's not actually assigned to be constructed. Let me grab the crews over here. What are you actually working on? You're actively working on something, but probably not what we want you to be working on. So we'll do something over there. Please pop in, get some crews to work on all of these other items so we can. Oh, that was pitiful. Send you back so you don't get stuck on other traffic. Similarly, I might just throw you back so we can get this moving quicker. So in the next episode, this will definitely be done. To be honest, I might just get it all fixed up. Oh, there's a section here that's not built. Oh, it's not got a road? Hang on. Let's do that. I wonder sometimes about these things. What have we? Oh, I did it so that we could. Don't. Oh, something wasn't connecting. I think. Anyway, who can we assign? Get here, please come and do that. So, and we can also get the helicopters. Oh, the helicopters can't do it, and that's why we haven't assigned that. Okay, but keep going. In the next episode, we're definitely gonna get this guy cranked up. We've got to. Okay. Let's just do quickly. The one more thing that I missed with the power is the power, the electric substations that we're going to need to deal with in this area. So if we wanted to do a couple of substations, we're pretty much fully loading this area. Can I place? So if we do one here, that's pretty good, right? So let's put one electric substation on that side, and we'll probably do maybe another one over here and another one over there. And then all of this is dealt with. And then what we don't have a substation for is this, which I will also deal with. Right. So, okay. So let's quickly get all of these things tied in so that they can do some work. So tie that one in, tie this one in. We'll tie this one in. And we need to get I'm just going to go with underground cables. Let's have a quick look. Maybe we'll go with above ground cables. Cheaper and carries a little bit more power as well. So let's do this one. This one like so. Oh, it's gone. What the hell? It's a bit awkward. We will put you over here. Anyway, we'll tie in one like that, one like so. Tie in one that comes straight down. And why are you connecting to the wrong side? What? Okay, there we go. That's tied in. And now that I'm blind, what we'll need to do is we'll need to run one alongside this road up to about there, and then we'll bring it in over there. Okay, that's all tied in. Let's assign this construction. Okay, we're yeah. Let's get all of this assigned. Yeah, you can come and work on that. Absolutely, you can. Tie that in. Get all of that done. Get all of this done. Tie that in. Get the helicopters. Get moving. Get all of this moving. All of our infrastructure is now here, ready to go for the next episode so that we can start mining iron. Okay. The biggest piece of work that still remained here is to get the tracks built, but that is just a tiny little piece, and we should be just fine from there. We should have another batch of residents ready to go fairly soon. This stuff is... I think we're winning. I hope we're winning. It's yeah, we should be winning that battle. and then we'll move on to the next. On to the next over there in the wide blue yonder. This was an issue in the last one. We don't have any vehicle repair stations over here. Generally speaking, everything is kind of okay. Let's have a look at our. Oh, beautiful. So one more thing before we go. Look at that money, guys. We're making tons of money. Tons of money. Let's quickly pop in here very quickly. We're busy. We need to replace some more vehicles. Those are all set up. Yeah, so we do need to probably buy a roller. Okay, so let's quickly buy a roller. Let's go here and say a roller. We've got these two options. That's a level 27, which I think is the one for us. If we go on this side and say a roller, I don't think there's any rollers. Oh, there are. Okay. That's for the roller. That's a level 20. So I think ours is better, actually. Let's grab ourselves a bit of a roller here. We will buy this one for 1,000,000 rubles. Grab that. We'll go ahead and say this roller is going to be the one that you will replace with. And we'll make sure to add a few of them in the queue. Right, grab me these rollers that we have now and say, give me like 6 of those rollers, guys. And hopefully we're replacing these things. Yeah, I think we are already starting to replace things, but we need to make sure that we're keeping on track of everything. And that's kind of why I've got the rollers in there now. Probably need to build a bunch more of these guys, but we are building them. Oh, they're going to start building now. We may need to build a bunch more of the pavers as well. And then we'll need to build the rollers. And they're building really quickly. And then after that, we need to build some fire trucks. So let's then do how many? 1, 2. Oh, we just need 2 fire trucks for the time being. And then we need to do some snow plows. So let's get some snow plows going. How many do we need? Ooh, quite a lot. Let's just get about 10 snow plows ready to go. And then we need to start looking at prison buses and stuff like that, which is not a big deal for us, but we'll have to look at that anyway. Anyway, things are moving. There's a train stuck somewhere. Let's have a quick look and please see about helping it out a little bit. These two guys are gonna, fight for a bit of room to do their own thing here, but that should be okay. No problems. This will be fixed in the next episode. We'll be ready to go. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, hit that like button. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.